Hi there, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am really grateful this morning to see Friday. It has been a very busy week. I'm very grateful for the week, but it has been a lot. Anybody else feeling that this week was a lot? It was a lot of energy, a lot of busyness, just a lot of feelings. There's a lot going on collectively right now, and we are feeling it at a big level. I am going to take some questions this morning, but I first of all I just want to talk about a little bit of the energy that I'm feeling coming in. Laura agreed it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. This week was a lot. It just seemed to have this feeling of coming at you. Everything's coming at you. I do want to just kind of tap in a little bit of the energy for the next couple of days because I think it's really important that I express this to you. I felt a lot of inner earthquakes when I sat in the energy this morning with spirit. I just felt like things are rumbling. I feel like there's some kind of release coming up. There's a lot of things about the things that we don't talk about, the feelings we don't express. Just that revealed, or that need to kind of acknowledge that space of you that's struggling. I feel like there's just a rumble going on, and it's very, very internal. I feel more of an internal earthquake, things coming up, movement inside, and it connects to the things that we don't talk about. Maybe the shame that you don't express, or the things that you kind of struggle with, the need for validation this weekend. You may be finding yourself needing some validation. Does anybody care? Does anybody else feel this way? The inner validation is coming in, when and seeking it needs to come from within yourself. So if you're finding yourself looking at other people for validation, hey, am I a good person? Am I a good person? Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? That's kind of what's coming up a little bit too with this inner earthquake and the suppressed stuff. Answer it within yourself, and seek the validation from you. Seek the validation and that energy and that self acknowledgement. It's about that self acknowledgement. I'm doing the best that I can from where I'm standing. I did the best that I could with what I knew at the time. And the things we don't want to talk about are like stirring for a big release. It's like we just need to let it erupt, go for a walk, go for a scream, go out and just kind of let yourself express those things that you don't really want to talk about. Or, if there's somebody that you can lean on and just say, can you just sit and hold space for me while I just kind of let my stuff go. But really remember that you need to validate yourself. The external world, we seek that validation from, right? Like, again, like I said, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Am I successful enough? You know, am I doing a good job? It has almost like this panic feeling. And it's that inner world, that inner earthquake that's saying it's time to bring that up, bring that up. And the reason for it is that we need to create some space. We need to create a little bit of space within for some new. And it's not a bad thing to let go and release. We just need to have that kind of flow through. There's also an exhaustion feeling that's going to follow with this. So if you're currently now feeling a little bit tired or exhausted or out of gas, have you been releasing a lot of energy? I'm just kind of curious if you're already feeling that. If you're ahead of me on this one, sometimes when we release or when we're processing, when we're creating space, there's that out of gas feeling with it. So if you're feeling out of gas, just kind of have you been releasing? I'm just kind of curious. Love yourself this weekend. I really give yourself, some love. Love yourself this weekend. I also want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mother figures, moms, like a mom, pet moms, any kind of mom role that you play. Happy Mother's Day, and thanks for loving everybody around you. And any mother figure, whatever the word mom means to you. I know we honor you, and happy Mother's Day. Let us jump in here. Oh, look at all the questions. Thank goodness, is Laura. I was asked about being exhausted after doing releasing work. I did connect the two things. Thank you. You're very welcome. And, our healing and our energy work and our releases, it does cost us some energy. Recharge yourselves. A lot of you are resonating here. I'm expressing them through not being able to stop creating things. Wow, a lot of validation on how you feel. River, Grant, it was too much stuff did get revealed too, like you said, for me. An infection has finally come to the surface. Oh, River, sending you some healing love and light there, darling. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up to the top and just grab some questions here. I want to take as many as I can for us, the medium, on a Friday morning. Harvest Moonlight. Good morning, Lana. Morning, darling. Would love to hear from my grandparents on my father's behalf. I think he would really appreciate a message from them. Instantly as I was reading it, I felt like I had to go like this with chin up for your dad. He's doing the best that he can. Like, I don't know if he's been going through some internal struggles or feeling kind of down on himself. He's doing very well and he's doing the best that he can. I can feel his father walking behind him with some guidance. So Harvest Moon, his dad been kind of feeling like he needs guidance because he's being very much guided by his dad. His dad's got his hands on his shoulders, helping support and help guide him. I also feel like I need to say I feel like he did enough. I need to say like you did enough. You were there. They're holding his hands with you. You did enough. You really did enough. I also feel like he knows how loved he is from the spirit dimensions. I just feel like he needs to kind of like feel it a little bit deeper, like allowing that love to kind of like flow in. I hope that resonates there with him, Harvest. Jasmine. Good morning, Lana. What does spirit guide say about me joining a women's group for traveling, and how do I get better at my finances? Jasmine, I feel like you've got the answer on your own there about joining a women's group. I feel like you know that that you need that energy and support around you right now. I also feel like I've got to say, you don't have to blend with everybody in a group, so keeping your individuality in a group is really important. So I feel, Jasmine, that perhaps you kind of like lean in too much or take on too much of other people's stuff, and you can still stay in your own lane and be very supported in a delicious group of people that can travel with you. So I just kind of needed to kind of like gently, lovingly remind you about that. Sometimes when we connect with the group, we kind of forget not to lose ourselves in it, right? So just kind of remember, you're being part of a group is also being part of you, if that makes sense there. How do I get better with my finances? I feel like I've got to kind of lean in just a little bit more with minimalism there. That will really help with finances. When you take a look at, what I really need and what I really want can be two different things. And I feel like I've got to visually see it. So if you have a banking app, checking it daily of how much am I spending, or writing it down, or really sticking within, I'm only going to have $10 this week for Starbucks, and once I've spent that $10, I'm making my own coffee. So that you can still treat yourself, as well as cutting back. Because I feel like I've got to kind of like balance that a little bit. You need to treat yourself once in a while, but treating yourself on a budget, I think, will really help you there. Kristen, hi Lana, hoping to get some insight if my horse is in pain. Um, I do feel a little bit. I don't feel like I have a lot of pain. I feel like I'm doing okay. I do feel something in I'm more on my left lower backish area. So if you can just, Kristen, if you can just kind of mention if there's something like lower backish. I'm a little bit more to the left, so I don't know if that's more of a left hipish area, but I just feel some tenseness there. I can just feel kind of tight. Again, if you have concerns though, Kristen, please lean on a vet, or please lean on your own gut feelings there. It's really can be difficult for me to tap in completely on an Ask the Medium session because it's really a quick check-in here. But I don't feel terrible with this horse. I don't feel like I'm suffering, or I don't feel like I'm being mismanaged at all. I don't feel that at all. Laura agreed that was a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, Laura. This week was a lot, especially yesterday. Yeah, I have to agree. I had to really work really work on grounding myself. I found myself kind of, being kind of like pulled, or kind of like that knee jerk reaction where I had to say, wait a minute, wait a minute. You don't have to respond to everything that's going on around you, Lana. Breathe, right? And that's why the spiritual practices can be really, really helpful. So you guys who are, leaning in on your spiritual practices, well done. It really does help. It doesn't fix everything, but it does really help. It helps with that balance, right? Olivia, good morning. I'm exhausted. A lot going on. Happy Friday. Olivia, it's been a lot, and I'm hearing it from my clients, my friends, my here on the channel, here on other social media platforms that I'm on. The energy is quite intense. Shy question for me. I'm going to see a place on Monday where I might move to. How do you feel about it? Shy, I want you to go into it really grounded. I want you to kind of like, I don't know if you're being pulled from outside people, like from other people, to take it or to not take it. I feel like I've got to whisper in your ear, make sure this is your decision and that it feels good for you. I don't feel terrible with this place on Monday, but I'm a little bit. I just have this little bit of spidey awareness that and I think it's more of trying to talk you out of it than rather than kind of like let you navigate it on your own. I feel like I've got to sit with the space on my own as well. So, Shy, if you're going to go alone, or if you can even have an alone moment in a room where you can kind of feel the energy for yourself, yes, I'm ready to do this. This isn't quite my space yet. I feel like I've got to give you some private time. So I don't know if you're bombarded with everybody else's opinion on things, but I just feel like I have to say, just kind of like say, give me a minute here to feel this for myself. I don't feel bad at the space though, Shy. But you have to decide if it's the right one for you. Strict 99. Good morning. Any message from my father who passed in 2015? Strict 99. I'm curious if there's a reference or something significant. It was the month of August. Before I even finished reading your question there, I felt that August was significant anniversary, birthday, or passing. I also feel a lot of really close spirit activity. Watch for like something brushing up against you or a little touch. I just feel like a lot of closeness. I feel like there's a close energy there. I also feel like that there's a lot of healing energy being brought to you because Dad has done a lot of his own healing stuff, as we all do when we cross over into the spirit dimensions. And I feel like I'm bringing that to you. I just feel like it's like here's some healing love and light that I'm bringing to you from the spirit dimensions to kind of really help and support. And I feel like it's a help and support and like a blanket of love to kind of hold you in. And I feel like I need to say, Olivia, or Strict 99, it's okay to allow that to flow through you. And I don't feel like it's necessarily an issue specifically with that. I feel like it's like a support. Like I feel like I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you navigate the physical world. I'm here to help you heal. And I feel it very touched. Like I just feel, just kind of watch, or if you feel something brush up against you, just pause for a minute and feel the energy because it's very much Dad. And he's still not moving me out of August, so I'm curious there. Kayla, hello, darling. My coworker Dolly has a dog who passed. His name was Zuko. Does Zuko have any messages for her? He passed when Dolly was in the hospital and feels guilty. She wasn't home when he passed. Kayla, so if you can let your friend know, I feel this is going to sound funny, but I need to say it. I feel that the dog passed when that timeline by choice. Like I felt like it was like easier. I know that I was loved. I know that you were going through your own thing. I felt like it was like I'm just going to slip away. And we struggle with that in the physical world. And I've seen that a lot in my nursing career too. The moment somebody left the bedside, they were there for like 24, 48 hours straight. And the moment that person left the bedside to go to the bathroom or brush their teeth, that's when their loved one will pass quite often. And I feel that's the same with this dog. Like I feel like I needed to go when you weren't there. Like I just feel like it was more of a choice because I don't feel like she has anything to be guilty over either. This is kind of what I needed. You were doing, like looking after yourself, and I needed to kind of transition. And it's really hard for us in the physical world to not feel that so deeply as we didn't do enough or we weren't there or feeling that guilt. And that dog is always around. And I feel like Zuko knows how much I was like. There's not a doubt that I was loved and well cared for. Not a doubt. Like I feel like this was a really good pet mom. I hope that helps there, darling. Wanted to sleep all week but couldn't. I wanted to sleep all week too and couldn't. And then when it was time to go to sleep, I found myself restless at night. I had a restless week of sleep, and that's usually unusual for me. Um, okay. Okay, let's see. Does Spirit have any messages for me? Lana loves fawns. Oh, hello, Lana loves fawns. Um, Let me just lean in there. So I really feel Anna loves fawns. I feel like I've got to really kind of do some really deep, hard exhales. Like I feel like I don't know. There's something like just right here that I feel like I need to kind of. I'm not even sure you know what it is. I feel like there's just an energy that you're holding on to that I just need to kind of say. You know what? I'm just going to do some exhales. I got to let go. I got to let go. I just feel like there's something that I'm holding right here. And perhaps you know that what it is, and I'm just not feeling it. But I feel like there's just this big release for you. I just feel like I'm releasing things, and it can be something as simple as old thoughts or old ways of thinking or old rewiring. I feel like I just gotta, and I'm really like animate the exhale, like making a moan or an ohm or I just feel like I need to move that. I also feel like I need to turn up the volume on humor. I feel like I really need to laugh. And laughing may move that around for you as well. And I'm just curious, sometimes energy can really kind of give us like a physical response. So Lana loves fawns. I'm curious if you've been like throat clearing or feeling a little bit of acid reflux or just feeling a little bit of just kind of like tingles here. I don't feel it medical at all. I feel it energetic. So I'm just kind of curious if you're feeling that anything like up in your upper that I just need to kind of like take a big breath in. Hopefully that helps you there. This mouse of mine. Okay. Okay. Mimi, do my spirit guides have any messages for me? I'm just gonna take a wee sip here. Again, I feel like with all of this, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I'm feeling like a flush. I feel like I need to kind of like flush out. So either, drinking more water and flushing, but even though it feels like a more of an energetic flush. I feel again with the holding on, and this is kind of tying into some of the energy update that I talked about earlier. I feel like I need to like flush out. I need to let go. I need to give myself a break from overthinking. I feel like I just need to pause and I need to hit a pause. Give me a red hot minute. I need to sit on the step and look at the flowers. Like I feel like I need to kind of like flush out. There's a flushing thing there with kind of like letting go, and it's an energetic, not a physical. Bianca, have I met my future spouse yet? Is it someone I know or someone new? Bianca, relationship stuff can be a little bit tricky and a few things because of choice and free will. I feel like something's familiar with this person though. I just feel like there's a familiar. I also feel like I've got to say, Bianca, you are gonna have that, and some of us get this and some of us don't experience this, but you're gonna have this there you are. I've known you for 1,000 years kind of feel. And I feel like this future person, it has a familiar feeling, so that could be a past life connection as well. Because I'm not quite sure if it's this lifetime or a past lifetime. But what I am sure of is that there's that sudden knowing of there you are. There you are. I've been waiting. How you doing? But I feel familiar. So it can connect to a past life, Bianca, as well. I'm expressing them through not being able to stop creating things. So shy. Tia, any messages from spirit today? I'm really pulled, Tia, to grab a angel number for you. So I'm just going to kind of let spirit guide me on this. You're working with powerful ascended masters who are supporting your material needs. Trust and be open to receiving their support, which is always available for you. So I'm just going to kind of translate this a little bit deeper. So have you been calling in for help from your spirit guides, Tia? Because they're definitely helping you. And if there's anything in the material world that you've been kind of, needing, they're bringing it forward. Trust and be open to receiving. Do you hold back, Tia, a little bit of support? Do you kind of like, I got it. I got it. I just kind of like got and that's an opening to allow that support in, opening to receive it, opening to what's for my highest good. Very powerful message, and it's always available to you. And that's one thing that spirit says to me a lot is we're always here to help. We're always here to hold your hand. We're always here to support. We're always here to guide. Sometimes we have to, really lean in big time with trust, because as humans, if it doesn't go our way, we suddenly don't trust it, right? Oh, I didn't get what I wanted from spirit. Up, right? I mean, and sometimes it's about having an understanding of that wasn't meant for me, and if it's not meant for me, I'm okay with that. I've learned that big time. I want it, and spirit's like, you want it for your highest good or not? Okay, yeah, not right now, right? And just learning to trust that. Very powerful message there. Mandy Greenhill, been so tired, way down. Absolutely. Jasmine, yes, that totally resonates with me because I was telling myself I'm good enough. Love it. Rachel, there was a big emotional release from my partner this week, so I think I've had this energy update already. We've put some space between us and others involved. It's been needed. Rachel, I love how you said that. I really love how you worded that, with acknowledging it, stepping back, allowing some space, and stepping back from other people. Sometimes it's needed, and sometimes even though we all journey together, and I'm going to go over here for a little bit and just I'm here if you need me kind of space, and I'm cheering for you, but you got to take ownership of this one. And it's a really hard one to do, really hard one to do. So well done, Rachel. I'm really proud of you for being able to acknowledge what you need. So well done. Debbie Jones, any messages from my spirit team? Debbie, I'm just curious if you've been laughing things off a lot. I just suddenly felt like I had that belly laugh. I can hear it from the spirit dimensions, and it feels very much that you've been kind of working through things by laughing things off. Laugh or cry. I'm choosing to laugh, and the vibration of laughter and I feel it coming even closer to you. I feel like there's a lot of humor and a lot of fun, and sometimes we just have to kind of like see the funnier side of things, or perhaps you've just been in a really laughable energy yourself. But I feel like just kind of remember, let it out. Just laugh it out, laugh it out. There's a bit, and I feel like it's so funny. So I'm curious, Debbie, what's going on there? Shannon, yeah, out of gas. Out of gas, says Shannon. Fuel up. So, when our spiritual gas tank gets low and we usually feel it physically first, or emotionally spent. When our spiritual gas tank is empty, it's just like going to the gas station for gas in your vehicle, or if you have an electric vehicle, plugging your car in. We've got to recharge our battery. We got to fuel up our spiritual gas tank. And I always say, do what resonates for you. But the earth and nature is very grounding and very healing. So get yourself plugged in, or curling up and reading a book, or spending some time with your favorite music. Just kind of like giving yourself that recharge. We don't recharge enough. We don't plug in enough. We don't relax enough. We're always in this boom, 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 boom. The other thing that's very draining can be, what are you listening to as far as social media goes? Hit a pause button when you can. Hit a pause button. Okay. Ooh, my finger. Diane Quinn. My family and I are off on vacation. Time to relax and recharge. Ooh, Diane, that's delicious. I love vacations. Who doesn't, right? Um, Diane, really kind of give yourself those pause moments on vacation to really like touch the earth and really take a really good look around. Just spending more of a pause on vacation and really kind of feel it. And I'm really excited that you get to go. That's what she said. Why do I feel like I'm cursed? Every time I get close to getting to anything I want, it's taken from me. That's what she said. Number one, I don't feel like you're cursed. I feel like, I think every one of us can put up our hand and say, I was almost there and it didn't happen the way I wanted to. And it can be hard to understand. I will put up my hand too. I will put up my hand. I really worked hard for that, and it didn't amount to what I wanted, or it was taken away. I really feel, excuse me, I really feel in giving yourself some time to processing that. I always really feel, and even though, and spirit has said this to me 1,000 times, and sometimes 1,000 times a week, you're learning and you're processing. And some things we think we want, and it's not for our highest good. And sometimes it's just not the power, being guided in a different direction. And sometimes it's just simple, I didn't work out. So I feel like I've got to like give myself some time to kind of like let go. That's what she said. I'm going to let go. I'm going to regroup. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to I'm going to try it again. Or maybe it's just not right now. I have had so many things that have unraveled, and I was like, well, I wanted that a year ago. I'm grateful it happened now, but it just wasn't time yet, and wasn't time yet. Leaning on that trust, and it's hard. I know it's hard. I've had my own spiritual temper tantrums over the years, and every now and again, I still stomp my feet. But I sometimes we just need to. Okay, it's not right now. I'm gonna trust what's best for me. I'm just gonna trust. I'm gonna allow, and it's hard to do. That's what she said. It is really hard to do. I feel you on that one, and I'll bet you most people here struggle with that as well. It's a hard one to process, but lean in there on trusting that you're loved and supported and guided in the right direction. River Grant, my dogs from my childhood reset me for cutting off. Sorry, my dogs from my childhood reset me from cutting off contact with my mom. Do they love me too, or were they ever that attached to me? River Grant, I feel a few things here. Absolutely, they're connected to you. I feel that they are guiding you. I don't feel like it was a cutoff. I feel like it was like an awareness that was brought to you. I also feel this was very much spirit guided, and I feel like it was a pause that was needed for both. I also feel like I have to say, and I don't know why I need to say this to you, River, but we can't force other people to see, their part and stuff, and we can't force other people to heal. We can't, and there are lessons learned, from both sides of things, but we can't make other people see, or feel how we're feeling. So I feel like, right now, that, we're over here apart from each other, and I would just continue, as is. I really feel like I need to just send out healing love and light, whether or not mom picks it up, whether or not things, and it doesn't have to get better or reconnect. Just kind of like that energy of, I hope you heal your crap, right? Just kind of that kind of energy. I think that will help you a little bit, River. If you can, and sending it back to yourself too. Um, Anything today, heavenly. Birthdays, a lot in May. Mandy, I'm gonna try and kind of like pick this apart here for you, Mandy. Just give me a second with it. I feel like I've got to let things settle. I feel like when you shake. Look up at the snake meaning, Mandy. Because it came out of my mouth when I meant to say shake. I feel like I need to when you shake a snow globe, and then, like, the snow is like frantically whipping around in the snow globe, and then it settles. You're in this space of settling energy, and spirit is just asking you to let yourself settle. Let things that are in the forefront, that are happening right now, kind of happen. Not quite worried about what's back here. I'm like really kind of settling in. You are so guided and so supported, and you have been going through a lot of your own healing, and I feel like you're doing very well in that, even with the stuff that I don't understand, like you don't understand. And I can hear you saying that. I don't effing understand that. I can hear your voice. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't. And some of it, it's not for you. It's not yours to understand. Most of this is other people's stuff, and the dust is the snow is just settling. I also feel like I have to say, I feel like nobody's shaking the snow globe right now. But if someone shakes your snow globe, you don't have to shake with it. Ooh, I love that. So, sometimes people shake our snow globe, and, like things that, other people do affect us. Things, people can come at us with that interrogation energy. We don't have to shake with the snow globe, right? So let this settle, let this heal. Taking it slow, like, and when you think about when the snow slowly stops, I feel like you're coming into more of that calming, dealing with my own stuff, dealing with what's in front of me, and it's just about what's in front of you right now. Everything else will come as it needs to, if that makes sense there, Mandy. Okay, you guys, I gotta watch the time. I gotta work in person today. Smash that like button, said that's what she said. Bless your heart, darling. Um, I'm just looking for that if there's any validation on that August month. I can't remember who even said that. I'm just gonna have a look. I don't want to miss that one because I can still feel that. I don't intend to reconnect. It's been 5 years. Cutting off my mom has healed me greatly, but I am considering sending her a letter to give her more closure. There you go, River. That's that sending you light, right? Wishing you well. As even though it's hard to wish somebody well when we've had to sever, I think it just helps so much. I hope you're well. Sometimes dream with my animals that passed away. Are they sending any messages? Mystica, I really feel that they're letting you know they're with you. So, a soul is a soul, whether they had a human connection or an animal connection, they do visit. I feel like they're saying you're not alone. We're here. Tap in, lean in. I feel like I have to say, ask. I need you to ask more. Ask for help. Ask for guidance. Ask for support. Ask them to come closer. Um, Lana loves fawns. Thank you. And yes, that is so real for me. I'm constantly feel tightness in my chest because I struggle a lot with anxiety. In the past few days, been having acid reflux. Actually, there you go. There you go. Lana, that's what Lana loves funds. Thank you so much for the validation there. That channeling on a live like this. I'm not sure how many of you guys channel, but when we channel on a live, it's very different than channeling in person because I'm moving on to the next thing really quick. And it helps to get just a little bit of am I in the right? Am I feeling this right? So thank you so much, you guys, when you give me that validation. Lana loves funds. It's time to really kind of do a little bit more releasing, and we're always releasing, right? Like if you can get into a releasing routine, it will help with that build up. And that's what you're feeling there, loves funds, is that build up. And that's, and of course, if you have any medical concerns, please see a physician. But I'm just feeling that as an energy. And the fact that I picked up specifically on acid reflux and you're having that lately, for me, that's just a little bit of guidance for me that I'm on the right track there. So I appreciate that. Tia, yes, I have been. I don't like asking for help and find it very difficult. So, Tia, the spirit dimensions are always there for us to ask for help. Quite often when we have, and I'm not necessarily saying this specifically for you, Tia, but if it resonates with you, then please pick it up. Sometimes when we're afraid to ask for help, there's something in there within us that we kind of need to kind of bring attention to. Why are you afraid to ask for help? Are you viewing it as a sign of weakness? Do you feel like I should be able to handle this on my own? I like we're all here collectively, and I think that you do have people that would support you. Are you afraid of judgment? The spirit dimensions, I'm telling you right now, never judge, and never. And I have been working with spirit, and I go to council like almost every night. I go to spirit council and say, hey, what do you think? And or this is what I'm doing, or this is how I'm feeling. Never do the spirit dimensions judge you. They're here to help and support. They want to help us, and we have choice and free will. So being able to ask for help and ask for support, they're always with us, but we do have to bring them closer because and it's because of the choice and free will part, right? Okay. Jasmine, look at the support here for everybody. River Grant, I'm going through the same thing. I just had a viral infection and I'm getting over it. I hope you get good and healthy. I love that so much. By the way, Zuku is such a cool name for a dog. Yes, Aaron, I would agree. Jasmine, how do I let go of my toxic friendship with Harmony? I've already blocked her. How do I get rid of my attachment issues? Okay. Jasmine, really good. This is a really good question, Jasmine. So one thing that I just want to kind of soften the energy. Okay. So I just want to soften it a little bit. And the reason I want to soften it is when we soften how we're looking at it, it really kind of helps us to move on. So Jasmine, just kind of change the words that they don't resonate, but here's kind of what I want you to I'd like you to try is I'm great. You know what? I had an experience with somebody who was part of my journey for a specific length of time. And we don't journey here with the same people continuously. People come and go, right? And giving permission and learning the lessons of letting this person go with love and light. Yes, we had a lot of learning. And yes, I feel like we lingered just a little bit too long. I feel like when I reflect back, I feel like this friendship had fulfilled its timeline a bit ago. And as humans, and spirit says, we love you so much, but you have trouble letting each other go on your path. And that's why things get escalated with people, right? How many of you put up your hand if you knew a long time ago that relationship was over, but you hung on, right? So, people come and go. And I feel if you can just say, you know what, that person's learning their lessons. I'm grateful for the lessons that they taught me because you learned a lot from the hard experience. You learned a lot. You've learned what energy you want and what energy you don't want in your life. And you're learning how to let people go. If you can soften it just a little bit of letting people go. And Jasmine, not everybody that we meet, we journey with forever. And that's a hard one for humans because we attach. We attach. It's going to be forever. It's everybody in your life is just here for the right now anyway. And I know people struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with that when I say that, and I say that very openly with relationships that I'm in. It's all about the right now for me. And if I ever need to go this way or you never need to go that way, I am cheering for you and wishing you well. Right. And I always look at what did I learn? People cross our paths to teach us something. Every person that you meet is teaching you something, right? Soul contracts end and we let them go. So I think, Jasmine, when you take a look at what you've learned, so that you and kind of making that a little bit of a mantra, I'm going to allow people to come and go into my life as they need to. I'm going to allow, and I'm wishing them so well. Like when people have to go this way from me, I let them know I am sending them so much energy to cheer for them. I hope you find your way. I hope you heal. I hope you heal. I know I want the best for you on your new adventure in life. And it also helps us not to label or to guilt ourselves. Whatever she's going through, whatever energy is creating that energy that you don't like. She's teaching you something, and hopefully she figures herself out. When you soften it like that, Jasmine, it really helps. It really helps, right? I hope you found that helpful, Jasmine. It's a hard one. Letting people go is a hard one. I gotta say something to somebody here. Does anybody have a mom or mother figure in the spirit dimensions that had a kidney transplant? I'll check the comments before I go. I just had her come waltzing right in, waltzing right in. But she's telling me she had a kidney transplant, and I think the kidney transplant may have been from family. Okay, there we go. Let me grab a couple questions. You gave me great advice for my daughter when she left her husband. Now she's getting married again tomorrow. A loving guy. Do you see her being happy and having a family? Um, I feel her so healed. Like I really feel Donna. I feel like she did a lot of healing work. Um, you know, I do feel her very happy. I do feel her very happy. You know, choice and free will does come into all relationships. So I don't like to put timelines. I feel her very happy, and I feel her on the path. I feel her on her path, right? So and I feel like she's gonna have a family fairly quickly. I don't feel her taking a long time to start a family. And I do feel her I do feel her very happy. It's like she's kicking up her heels. You know when you kind of jump into you know when you jump in the air and you kick your heels back. That's how this feels for me. Okay. Anybody got a mom or mother figure with a kidney transplant? She's still here, so I'm just going to give it a moment. Is it Shanna or Shauna Smith? Can a spirit speak through? Can a spirit speak through you? Had this experience with my dead mom, or did someone put something in my head? Confused. Absolutely. So Shannon, this is a really good question. So we do channel them, we do connect to them, and sometimes when we do connect or they do speak through us, and I always say it's not that they're in you, you're just connecting to them because a lot of people get a little bit freaked out. You know, when we connect to them, they're not in you, we're connected to them, and it's a form of channeling. So yes, you are. They do speak through you, and that awareness can be very much just a knowing, or you can hear their voice. Some people see them. Sometimes it's just more of an intuitive space that you're in, but they connect with us. Energetically they connect with us. Now, you know, people who channel, you know, and expand their channeling, it just grows. With trance, those of you who have seen me do trance, you know, the energy or the spirit that I'm connecting to, it's you know, it's like they speak within or through, right? So there's that I'm speaking through you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in you, but it's a deep connection. And usually, quite often, when people who don't normally channel or they're new to channeling, it has this feeling of I'm making this up. And then if I always just say the pause. I just pause. How did it feel? Does it feel like your mom? Did it feel like her? Because they are an energy. So we tap into them energetically. I hope that that makes sense to you. Yeah, it has a feeling. And the more that you connect, the more that you understand and how you're working with them, you know, the magic just unravels. Rachel, does anyone have a mother figure? Oh, thank you, Rachel. She's had a seat beside me, so I'm just gonna trust if she doesn't fit somebody here, maybe she's coming to work with me today, but she really let me know about this kidney. Okay, you guys, let's move on here. What do we need to know from the angelics? Let's ask for some angel guidance today. 238. The ascended masters have heard and answered your prayers for increased abundance. Thank you. They know what they know that we humans have material needs, which they are helping you with right now. I love that. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Come on, you guys, thumbs up. All right. 325. The challenges that are the changes that you're making or considering have been guided by the wise and loving ascended masters. You can walk along the path of healthy change with certainty that you're doing the right thing. Change is a big one, right? Change is a big one. Help me out, you guys. I don't feel you guys. Help me out. All right. There you are. All right. Crane. Cranes are a beautiful bird. Do what you need to do to bring greater balance into your life. This is a good time of great abundance. That's twice with abundance now. This is a great time of great abundance and plenitude, one in which you won't want for anything. A portal has opened that allows you glimmers of the future without fear or trepidation. Maintain a relaxed maintain a relaxed vigilance at this time, paying close attention to signs and omens. It's time to revive and restore that hobby or recreational interest you once enjoyed. I love that. Abundance has come up. So it's come up twice for us in the last few minutes. Tap into that energy, tap into manifesting, tap into, all of that delicious manifesting energy. I also feel do what you need to bring greater balance into your life. So many people, me myself included sometimes. I'm too busy for meditation. I'm too busy to do that. I'm too busy, looking for the balance there. We do have control of what we can balance. We can have control over that. Right? I love that message. I really do. Okay. Shannon, my mom's best friend passed away from kidney disease a few years ago. She was very connected to our family. Thank you, Shannon, for answering this. I believe she had a transplant, but can't be 100%. Okay, Shannon, I'm just going to ask you a couple questions here. Is there a Jane or a Joe or a John connection there she's trying to get me to? And I'm also seeing the number 4. So is April significant, or does she have 4 kids or something with the number 4? Um, I feel like there's been a lot of honoring of her. I just feel like they're honoring her because she's like really bringing that. I know how loved I am. I know how loved I am feeling. And she's literally just kind of like I'm here. There's something big time with her kidneys though because I can still feel it. It's easing up now that we're connecting. But she's just like I'm. She's just rarely supportive. I know how loved I am. I'm showing up today. There's something with the number 4. Wes, did you see my question, Wes? I did not. Wes, I'll message you. Okay. I will message you. I'll scroll through it and message you. I have to get to work. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, mother figures, like a moms, pet moms, mother roles. There's so many mother roles. That mother energy is so huge. We're really honoring all of that energy. Take all those moms, all that mom energy. Love to you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. There's some intensity coming in. Remember those inner earthquakes. If you start feeling that rumble of the inner earthquake, please do your releasing. There's some old stuff coming up. Coming up. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings. Have a spirit guided day. I'll see you Monday morning.